What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Sports. I'm CJ Tully, and I was blessed with the opportunity to attend the Temple and Tulane game in the press box and get the full exposure there of everything that goes on behind the scenes of D1 football. Let's talk about it. Now, this was a huge game for Tulane, headed on the road, only favored by 8.5. There was some upset potential here, but Tulane came off with a hot start. On just the second play on offense there for the Green Wave, Jake Retzloff finds Shaz Preston for a 69-yard touchdown, setting the tone for what this game would become. Now, Jake Retzloff would have himself a day, going 17 for 28, 231 yards in the air, and 2 touchdowns. He also rushed for a touchdown. Now, something that was interesting to note here, and I'll get to it when I talk about the post-game press conference, is Jake Retzloff is usually more of a rushing quarterback. You see him utilize his legs. He didn't do too much of that here in this game. In the post-game press conference, they did mention the fact that he was a little banged up, and they didn't really want to risk an injury here with the season coming to an end. But Jake went on to say that it is November football, and this is what you're expected to do. So he does get the rushing touchdown, just not as much of leg usage as we usually see from Jake. Now, making up for it on the ground was Jamari McClure, 17 carries for 122 yards. He's a running back that they didn't really utilize early in the season. He had a fumble, which kind of put him in the back burner there for that rushing team, but he has come out and been one of the best running backs for the squad. Past 2 weeks going 94 yards and now 122 yards. So he's really been the workhorse here for this rushing attack. And I talked to somebody in the box who's very close with Tulane, and he had said from the beginning of the season that he believes McClure was the number one back. He just needed the opportunity. And in the post-game press conference, McClure said, given this opportunity, he is going to take it and run with it. And we're starting to see that here with him. Another huge storyline in this one was Patrick Durkin, the Tulane kicker. He goes 5 for 5, making a career-long 52-yarder as well. He also knocks in 2 extra points, accounting for 17 points of Tulane's 37 points in the game. Now, after the game, John Sunral said he does not necessarily want to rely on kicking. He'd rather get in the end zone more than have to just sit back and settle for field goals. So we'll see what happens going forward. But again, 5 for 5. That's a huge day there for Patrick Durkin. Now, Temple's offense would really only show up for one major drive there in this game. That was toward the end of the first quarter. Peter Clark started off with a 22-yard reception. That was followed a few plays later by a 30-yard reception by Colin Chase, and then Peter Clark finds the end zone, mossing one of the Tulane defenders to get in the end zone. But besides from that, this Temple offense was kept quiet. Although the defense was able to step up, nobody was able to help out to give them some more points to get this offense to really roll. Now, looking ahead here, Tulane is 9-2 on the season, tied in conference play at 6-1 with North Texas and with Navy. Now, Navy's going to head on the road next weekend to take on Memphis. North Texas will be at home taking on Temple, and Tulane will be home to host Charlotte. Now, in the post-game press conference, I wanted to ask Tulane's head coach, John Summerall, about where he thought the team stood now. He had mentioned last week that the team was a bottom 25 team and did not deserve to be ranked. So here's my interview with John Summerall.
So I know last week you mentioned you felt more of a bottom 25 team in the league. Do you feel like this week showed you any more confidence?
We might be like the 75th best team in college football right now. I don't know if we're bottom 25 today, but we're not top 25 yet. We're still in the middle of the road.
Now, with all the noise around Tulane with the ranking, the conference championship, and everything else, I wanted to ask Jake Retzloff, the starting quarterback, just how the team was managing that.
With all the noise about the ranking, the playoffs, how do you guys stay focused in the locker room?
Yeah, it was a big deal for us. Last three American teams, got beat after getting ranked. So that was a big deal. It was something that was talked about on how we gotta just not eat the cheese, right? Not eat the rat poison and keep playing our brand of ball and going out there and doing that thing. And playing for guys like Bryce, it helps us kind of move away from that mindset. We're going to play for somebody. We really dig down. This team, the progression of this team is unbelievable. And to see where we are now, how we're playing with a purpose. You know what I mean? We're playing with a purpose on both sides of the ball. We're playing better and better each week because of it.
Now, this Tulane team still has to prove something here, and we still need to see them win against Charlotte, get to the conference championship, and see what kind of noise they can make if they are to get to the playoffs. But I'm very excited to see what this team could do. Again, I'm blessed for the opportunity to have gotten there and to be able to talk to these players and coaches. Again, thank you all for following along. You guys have been able to make this happen with getting this website out there, the social media content, and everything. So thank you all. I look forward to bringing you guys a lot more content, possibly some more this weekend. So stay tuned for that. But again, I'm CJ Tully. Thanks for checking out Let's Talk Sports. I'll catch you guys next time.